Very liquid right now. Hi everyone. So this is Nectaria from Soaphistication, returning again with the next video of how I made some soap. For this soap, it's a little bit different because it is not a soap that I'm going to be offering for sale, but it is one that I made that it was a little bit different than something I've made before, so I thought I'd create the video anyway. So this soap is a little special to me in that one of the things that I love to do is that I love to act. And I decided after I started making soap that at the end of the shows that I'm involved with, that I would like to make a soap that's kind of a theme around the show that we're doing. So my next show going up in February 2020, wow, 2020, is Cat on a Hot Tin Roof by Tennessee Williams. And I'll be playing the part of May in that production. So I decided to make a Cat on a Hot Tin Roof soap. There's a couple of things that are different about this soap. One is I used melt and pour soap for the cat, which I've never done before. Two is that although I've made alcohol soaps before, I wanted to try out using hard liquor because one of the characters, Brick, drinks throughout the play. So, given the play is written by Tennessee Williams, I went out and got some Tennessee whiskey and decided to try that out. So, without further ado, let's check out how I made this soap. Enjoy! For the cats, I used melt and pour soap. I put them into this mold and then used melt and pour soap to try to combine them into one column. Then I prepared my sun color and used the cold process method to create that column embed. You may notice I have a bit extra soap, and that is because while making this column embed, I decided to make some heart column embeds as well, so that I can use that in another soap in time for Valentine's Day. One day later, I have my sun column ready for an embed, and I just had to cut it to make sure that it would fit inside my loaf mold. You can see here that I added some silk into my lye water solution. To create my tin roof color, I wanted a bit of a gray, so I added some black oxide to my titanium dioxide, but recalling from an art class I took in undergrad, I remembered that gray sometimes has some blue tints to it, so I added a bit of blue into my mixture to get that tin roof color. Next, I wanted to create a stormy sky. Throughout the play, there's comments that a storm is coming, and then the storm actually comes. So I wanted some colors that were kind of pinks, some purples, and then all that within kind of a dark blue, although I added a bit of light blue. This came out a little lighter than I originally planned, and I think next time I would keep the colors much darker. There wasn't much information I found around adding hard alcohol to soaps, but what I did find indicated that it can seize up your batter really quickly. So when I made this soap, I just wanted to blend to emulsion so that I could have as much time as possible when adding my liquor. I substantially cooked down my liquor in the hopes that that would help to keep any seizing to a minimum. And as you'll see from here, I actually think I cooked out way too much, and I had a really hard time getting this to any kind of trace. Because I wanted my roof at an angle, I just took this fabulous book and just propped up my mold, and then it just wasn't tracing. So I used my mini mixer to try and get me there. I mixed this for a while. I left, I did some dishes, came back, mixed some more, and it just wasn't getting to where I wanted it to be. It finally got somewhere close. And so then I took my icing scraper, or whatever that is called for cake decorating, and wanted to create some kind of tin grooves in the roof. Next, I added a bit of a mica line on top of my roof for the cat to sit on. I actually did not add enough. I've got to work on this technique a bit more. This was the first time I've ever tried it. But then I took those cats that I created a column mold out of and put them on the roof. According to my fragrance oil supplier, the fragrance that I used can discolor a bit. I didn't care about that for the roof, but for the stormy sky, I added some vanilla stabilizer in to try to keep that from changing the colors of my stormy sky. I wanted a deep blue and a lighter blue for the base of my sky. It just wasn't blue enough, so you'll see that I added a bit more mica into my soap batter to try and deepen out that blue color. Next, I used the in the pot swirl technique and did the light blue into the dark blue for the base of my sky just above the roof. And then you'll see that I added the other colors into that sky to go closer around that sun